Welcome back to AVPlays. Welcome back to Big Ambitions. And we are picking right back up where the last episode left off. It is Wednesday, day 101. It is about 11 a.m. Yesterday, we made $842,000. And we are looking at our jewelry factory, finding ways to make this a lot more efficient. So let's go ahead and head over to the factory supply store. And we are going to look at buying another input machine and then maybe another laser cutter or polisher. I'm not quite sure. Well, I know like the laser cutter's 280,000. The polishers, I believe it was 250. So we definitely don't have enough for both. But we have enough for one of them, and we're going to do that. Oops, almost crashed. Ooh, can we actually park in the store? Nope. Never mind. And you guys are watching the worst driver in the history of video games. Alright, we're parking. Let's go ahead in. We're going to buy 2 input stations. And they've got the laser cutter, 280. Polishing machine is 235. Okay. So, we're starting a new line pretty much. Okay. And let's head back to our factory. We have to keep an eye on this. Alright, let's go ahead and park here. Grab our flatbed. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to push this very far this way. Let me move this cart. And this is going to be our metal bands setup. Wonderful. So yeah, metal bands come in here, along with the lasers, cutters. The real question is, how do we make it more efficient for a laser cutter to exist over here? Is it simply going to be placing it at this length? It really feels like we shouldn't need to. And maybe there could be a splitter here, because the laser cutters are going to take 60 minutes to cut. This takes 30 minutes, so that should be able to take 2 inputs from the laser cutter. So do we split it and find a way to get one line here and another line here, another line there, and another line there? So maybe let's go ahead, let's buy a splitter and probably a whole bunch of conveyor belts as well. I know we have some, but we'll just buy more and see if that gets us to anything of value. And I think I mentioned this in the last episodes of building our first factory. I'm completely new to the factories of this game, so I'm not entirely sure, the most efficient ways to do this. We're learning this part together. All right. Hopefully we'll find a taxi. And as I'm recording this, Pavguard Games, the developer of Big Ambitions, just posted a new update on the roadmap. And quite a few fun things are coming to the game. An expansion to Shanghai, Broadway, lots of cool stuff that I'm super excited for. Some of it happening in January in version 0.10. So we'll see how that affects, or 0.10, whatever. We'll see how that affects this gameplay. We might start over. Who knows? Not saying we will. And then, one of the things I did see, though, was a personal driver, which I'm super excited about, so that you don't need to buy taxis and wait for taxis. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. So, I think we needed another splitter. Or maybe these just need to be closer. Can they be closer? No? Okay. How do we make this work? I guess maybe we don't need a splitter. We just need the conveyor belt to do the job of being a splitter. This whole time we didn't need the splitter. All right. So that is that. We can probably get away with just doing this. Wonderful. So we have two machines. The laser cutters are cutting them at 60 a time. These go at 30. So like one gets done, goes in here. The other one gets done, goes in there. Then automatically gets fed into one of these. Let's bring our input station back. The real question, well, I guess we'll need to do this. And the reason for that is this little sign stops us from being able to just easily put another line in there. So we would be able to do something like this. And have another set of items. Coming from here. And then we could have another set of 2 machines here. And if we wanted to, well, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter. We could take up this space, but it doesn't necessarily make anything more efficient because we'd still be going here, so it would really just be a bunch of conveyor belts there. The splitter, I'm going to sell. Sorry, didn't need it. That's fine. So we'll be able to do 2 more inputs here. And they'll feed into this. Then we'll be able to do same thing on this side. I wonder if it's more efficient to just... I know, guys, I'm so sorry if this is a boring part of the game to you. I'm going to see, can we do this? Feed these out like this. Yeah, okay. So it would have to be this. Hell yeah. Oh no. Darn it. And pretty much what I'm trying to do, guys, is just make these fit a little bit better like a puzzle. Fit into these. So we're pushing everything down a little bit to get to where we just were. And that means these would have to go down all the way to here. But we could also push this to here. This to here. And then, so that spits out, that spits out. And then we need one more conveyor belt. And that feeds all of that into here. Except this would need to be like this. So this would have to move over one. So I think this is as small as we can make this. Does this really take up all that much less space than what we just had? Not sure. We'll keep looking. But I think what we can do is look at creating another one of these, and it'll probably just mirror it on the other side. So let's go ahead and head back. We'll buy... How many more inputs do we need? So 1, 2, 3. So yeah, let's go buy 3 more inputs. Actually, each of those takes 2. So 1, 2. So 6 more inputs. Not hard math. I guess we'll have to drive there then. So let's go ahead. We'll buy 6 more input. A whole bunch more conveyor belts. I told you guys we would need them. And that'll be it for the factory for today. And we'll keep repeating that tomorrow. And then, of course, we have to keep an eye on money spend. Because, we're at 103,000, which is fine. But we do have to make a purchase order on Sunday, or Monday morning. And that purchase order is going to involve the gems, which is very pricey. So we're already taking our orders, which are extremely pricey, and adding to them. So definitely we have to keep an eye on money. That's 6. $67,000. What does our restaurant inventory look like? It's fine, so this will take care of itself tomorrow. Down to $8,000. You wouldn't think our character was a millionaire who makes $4 million a week, because he consistently keeps $8,000 in the bank, which, I mean, not awful. We are $1 million more profitable than our next closest enemy, and that really comes from Manhattan Lux being a $1.4 million, 1.5 really, $1 million store. And hopefully we get to repeat that with Garment and Industry Lux. And these pieces of jewelry are really going to push it over the edge. All right. I'm walking to the wrong corner. So I think the idea here is these are going to be on this side of this. So we'll place them like here, here, these are going to do the same thing here, and here. Here, and here. And this seems like quite a bit of space for one, so maybe this isn't the most efficient. We do have to make sure everybody can get in and out of their workstations, so we're making adjustments yet again. As long as people can make it to here, they're good. And the reason for that is because when the inventory comes in, they have to be able to touch the inventory. All right, let's go ahead and have our character head home. I know we definitely have quite a few factory workers to hire. I'm going to put a pause on this for now. We are going to get a logistics manager. That is not that bad. And a delivery driver for this new factory. So we'll keep an eye on those throughout the day. And let's head home. I know we could take care of some of these, but I think we should be fine. The only concern is paper bags, so let's actually take care of paper bags. We're going to go buy 16 of them and drop them off at the warehouse. And then hopefully that'll stop us from having to worry about that moving forward. And we are only 19 days away from taxes being due again. So that's another thing to keep an eye on and pretty much plan for. They are probably going to be more expensive than last year's set of taxes. But then again, we have very little income. Well, we have income, we have very little profit because we spend it all. So I don't know necessarily how much that affects, but we'll find out. Yeah, I believe that's restaurant distribution. And we want to drop these off here. This seems pretty stocked, so maybe the logistics wasn't. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe the logistics wasn't off. Maybe I just didn't have enough storage, which is still could be true because we pull from here. So we'll add some more storage into here. Actually, I'll make an order of that for tomorrow. We'll do the same at the restaurant warehouse. So let's go ahead and call AJ Peterson. And we'll add, honestly, let's just go with 20 and have it delivered to you. Restaurant distribution tomorrow. And we'll order another 20. And have that delivered to you. Gift and clothing distribution tomorrow. And that'll take care of any worries about that. Now we can go ahead and head home. Around. Take a spin around the clock. Arc. Let's go ahead and do our typical. We'll watch some TV. We'll play some games. And let's look at what these complaints are. All right. We have to take a look at that. Let's mark all as red. Mark all as red here. Let's try. All right. We will be buying that person a phone in the morning. So let's go ahead and sleep. We made $717,000 a day. And have some logistics alerts to look at. So let's see what the issues are. Not enough inventory. That's to be assumed. Not enough inventory. Lack of available space. So these are the ones to keep an eye on. So garment locks, Manhattan locks don't have space to fulfill. And LN and MT don't have space. So we'll have to get a couple more storage racks. We're just sending them an overabundance of items. So that is why we don't have food in our fridge, do we? Oh, we do. So we have a few things to take care of before we head into our factory. Let's take care of those first. And for our major restaurants, I think we're going to take on and grab 2 of each of the racks. Maybe 3. Yeah, we'll buy 3 of each and we'll see. Maybe we don't need all 3, but it's better to have more than not enough. So let's go ahead and do that. And then garment locks and Manhattan locks we'll grab. Let's say another 2 of each for those. Easy. And hopefully this stops our concerns about deliveries. So let's drop this off here. And next will be Manhattan locks, right? It wasn't industry locks. Nope. All right, let's go ahead and drop these off. I feel like this is one that will actually need 3, but we'll worry about that when it gets to it. So go ahead and head to burgers and fries outlet. And then last but not least, let's head over to Flippers and Fries in Midtown. Let's, I guess, go around this truck. And same thing here. Dropping these guys off. We'll keep an eye on if they run out of these chicken kebab skewers, but they should have them delivered tomorrow. So that, let's go ahead and take a taxi over to Industry City into our factors. If we can find one. There we go. Wonderful. And let's go ahead and head over to the factory supply store. And get, see if we can get 2 laser cutters and a polishing machine. Wow. We'll be able to get 2 laser cutters. I don't think we'll be able to get the polishing machine. But what we can also get is a whole bunch of conveyor belts. Well, I will need them. All right, and we'll let the time go on until 10 o'clock. Our delivery arrived at our factories. Wonderful. Two laser cutters. Yeah. So we're at 560. And this is just the slow chug of getting factories up and running. It is a long process, I know. So you guys let me know how much of this process you want to see. If you would like to see me tackle another episode of putting this factory together, if you would like to see me skip ahead, just let me know. That way we can not bore you guys to death with setting up the same machines over and over in a factory. And I said I would grab more conveyor belts, and I didn't, but I think we have 2 flatbeds. Nope, we have 1 flatbed. We do have 8 conveyor belts in here. And this is mirroring this exactly. So let's go ahead and look at what this should look like. So we'll be doing 1, 2, 3. This is why we do it, because now we know you have to scooch back a little bit. I want to scooch back enough to give it a little bit of space here. And then this will just turn right up into. Can we get close? We can. Okay. We know that's going to probably be where this is. I wonder how close we can, because that should be fine. Let's do that. Go ahead. We'll head over and we'll grab a few more conveyor belts to see if we can finish that little line off. That is 28,000, leaving us with 20. We should absolutely stop recruiting at this point. Okay, so that does fit perfectly. Wonderful. So this is where the polishing machine will go to finish that line off. I'm going to make sure we get this all set up correctly. So uncut gems. Sorry. This is uncut gems. Expensive. Cut gems. Expensive. Polished gems. And this is jewelry expensive. This will be metal bands. Uncut. And cut gems. Cut gems. Uncut. And uncut. And let's look at this interior designer to get a feel for. That's one machine. It looks like we'll be able to fit, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 more of this type of machine in here. Takes up a lot of space. We'll find a way to make it more efficient, I'm sure. But for now, and I mean, I'm sure we could find ways to use these. So like we could probably get another line in here into each. We'll see. Go ahead and exit this. Let's start hiring everyone. Yeah. And the rest of these are logistics managers. Really, we'll only need one. We can discard the rest. Have these guys stop. And same here, I think we definitely just overhired a bunch of drivers. We don't need that. Let's get the best skill, which looks like a 92. And let's start scheduling full-timers. And the lucky part about this is we already know that like we have all the input output machines that we'll need. So this is how many employees we'll need for one machine. Wonderful. Those are all of our full-timers. Let's handle our part-timers. Oh, and of course we are down one part-timer. But get the headhunter on that. And anyone who doesn't have a job, we're going to go ahead and let go. It's 41 people. We have our logistics manager. Let's go ahead and take care of that. I believe we don't have any additional seats. Oh, we do. Never mind. Assign them. And this is our jewelry factory person. They will be going to main distribution. We don't have anything to give them quite yet. Let's go ahead and, for one, make sure everyone's covered. We're getting really close here. No one wants prawn. Anyone who's not a factory worker. Quite a few. The rest of these guys are factory workers and a logistics manager. That way those guys are getting trained. Let's find ourselves a taxi, and we're going to head over to Michael Scott's to take care of the rest of our people in the headquarters who have demands for items. We have $20,000 to play with. Hopefully, that'll give us enough. Let's look at our demands. We're not here. Here. So, office phone, any phone, computer monitor, mousepad. So let's go ahead and let's grab a couple of office phones. Can okay, I stack these. Wonderful. And that's a Santa Man. His office chair. Peter monitor. We can't stack these. Wonderful. And start distributing these. Then we need like an office table and desks in here. But what we are going to do is, well, actually, any phone. There's your phone. You're good. Multi-purpose chair, we'll get you one of those. Stop flash. Coffee machine. Battery fridge. Computer monitor. Get your monitor. Office phone. Mouse pad. Another mouse pad. Step mesh chair. Coffee machine. Executive office desk. Okay. Here's your office phone. Your monitor. Multi-purpose chair. Multi-purpose chair. Multi-purpose chair. their monitor. And we'll wait to move the multi-purpose chairs to when the headquarters is closed. That way we don't have to adjust anything, really. Office phone. Is that you? It was you. You're okay. You're okay. Okay. The rest of those can stay here. Oh, Leonard counted. Where were you, Leonard? Go get you a mouse pad. Sorry about that, Leonard. There you go. Wonderful. We need to place those back. And let's go get ourselves a large meeting table and some chairs to go around it. So yeah, this will kind of be that. Wonderful. Let's go get that executive desk. Oh, wonderful. Cheap coffee machine. Would love if they sold the cabinets here. The executive desk can go into this little office space, meeting space, whatever you want to call it. This can go here for now, I guess. Let's move our guy over. Now it's Neil. Neil would like his executive desk. And everyone else just would like some chairs. And that means we have 2 extra desks here. And what I think I'm going to do with that is headhunt some more HR managers. There we go. And really, well, we could use more headhunters just specifically to cover the HR managers. Not sure. Well, actually, let's stop that and do that here. I'm not sure if it's really like beneficial to do it that way, but I think the amount of time spent like in the future of replacing employees that retire is important. Let's go ahead and get not in distribution. Jewelry factory. Let's get that last person scheduled. Did we not hire those people? You did not? There you go. Well, actually, there we go. Wonderful. These guys will just let go. And I want to look at and see, does this tell me anything? It does not. Production time per product is 30 minutes. That's interesting. I mean, hopefully, maybe, we sold the splitter. I was going to say, maybe we can make 2 outputs, but we'll see. We'll see what that looks like when it comes in. Let's go ahead and fast forward to when this is closed. And it's still not closed. If I sit here, I can't. Let's just do that. There it comes. And let's adjust those seatings arrangements. Let's go ahead and add on these 2 HR managers. Dismiss the rest. Stop recruiting. Perfect. Neither of them have crazy demands, but you do. So you would like a multi-purpose chair. Let's go find a desk with one. That's right here. You have the computer monitor. Let's swap these out. So, perfect. I guess that makes it harder. You want the custom mesh. You want a monitor, and I didn't give you one. Start up here. You want a multi-purpose chair. You wanted a mouse pad. You wanted a mouse pad. We can rearrange the mouse pads. Why are we not letting me drag him? There we go, Donald. Happy. All right, let's move these mouse pads around. Tomorrow. And step mesh chairs, we probably have to also find out tomorrow by replacing Oh, Michael Scott's still open. It's not. All right, Mr. Scott's. We will leave that as is for now and get back to fixing all of that tomorrow. Let's find our way home, which is all the way over here. Hopefully a taxi will pop up. Somewhere. Are we done? And let's go ahead and do our thing. Do some exercise for an hour. Wonderful. And let's sleep till the morning. And $815,000 yesterday. We have 3 logistics alerts to look at, so keep an eye on that. French fries from Murray Hill. Main dish doesn't have enough. That's okay. Manhattan Lux also okay. So we have to go ahead and grab more shelving units or lower the volume. And we're out of French fries. So I think what I'm going to do is we broke things. Take care of those. I think I want to actually look at Industry Lux is up there. We love it. So logistics are gift and clothing distribution. I'm going to drop this way down. I say way down and only drop it 200, but let's see if that makes any difference. Manhattan Lux, we are going to drop it to 1,500. We are definitely producing this clothing at a great rate. Let's bump this up to 500 just in case. And hopefully that makes a difference. Where's her car? He's somewhere. Yeah. Let's take the taxi and go pick up her car. And we're going to stock up on fries and drop them off at our warehouse. And now we know our logistics orders of fries, or our purchase order of fries is off by a little bit. So we'll have to take care of that. All right, so let's go grab a whole bunch of fries. We're dropping these off at the warehouse. And hopefully this will cover Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of fry needs. We'll see. We have to make another stop. We have to make another stop. All right, let's spare my flop then. Actually, sorry. Now that we have our restaurant distribution, he should be dropping these off there so that they're taken care of tomorrow. So, and let's go ahead and get the rest of these set up while we're here. Luckily, with these, we're not using them as factories, so we can use up as much space as we would like in making sure that these are set. I think technically we don't have to put as much space between these as we are right now because there's not like a person working here that has to get to these items. I'm doing this because I tend to come inside the warehouse and pull things out or put things in. So it makes it easier for me to navigate it, but you definitely don't have to do it this way. And since I'm off as well, fix the one that's off here. I think it's this. Everything else, uniform. Full. Let's go back to doing this. And hopefully on the next purchase order, that makes sure each of these guys has more than enough space to take care of the orders. We're going to do the same thing here. And I won't make you guys watch me do this for the rest of this. So I think this is a perfect time to call this one an episode. We did a little bit more efficiency driving in our factory. We're going to pick back up on Monday so that our supply order comes through. I'm not going to spend any more money until that happens. And we will continue working on our factory then. If you guys like this episode, please like and subscribe. Please leave any comments. I love seeing them. I've seen quite a few and I love responding to them. And we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.